This may be the only transition pack that you will ever need. VisualVFX reached out to me and asked me to create an open and honest review of their mega bundle transition pack. But get this, it's packed with a whopping 809 transitions. And at its current discounted price of $99, that's approximately 12 cents per transition. And VisualVFX has generously agreed to an additional 40% off of their already discounted products for the first 2 weeks after this video has gone live. The links are in the description down below, as well as the coupon code. But without further ado, let's head into Resolve and check out these transitions. When you download the transition pack, you are going to be presented with a file called TR Transition Pack. And in this file, you're going to find all the transitions from here, these folders. You're going to have the instruction guide, and then you are going to have this DaVinci Resolve transition file, right? So if you want to do method 1, which is automatic, you simply unzip this file, you open this file right here, and from there, it's going to prompt you to automatically download them. Personally, I like to do the manual method, which is number 3, and it's going to give you the directory for either Windows or Mac. Because we're on Windows, I'm going to follow up until this portion right here. So we're going to go into C, Users, and then the main profile that I use. And my little trick for this is I'm actually just going to copy the rest of this right here, paste it in, hit enter, and boom. And all you'd have to do at this point is select all of these files, drag them over and drop them. We're not going to do that because we already have the transitions installed. But after that, you can go ahead and head into Resolve. So once we have our transitions installed, we can go ahead and open up Resolve. From there, we're going to go to our effects library. And under Toolbox, we're going to go to Video Transitions, and we're going to scroll down until we get to the T's. And right here is going to be the start of our transition pack. And as you can see, there is a lot. 809 transitions to be exact, which when you do the math comes out to be about 12 cents per transition. Now, initial impressions with this many transitions is that in order to really get the most out of this pack, you're going to need to sit down and go through all of them. Get to know what each and every transition does. That way, when you come into Resolve, it's not going to be so overwhelming. And furthermore, it's going to allow you to plan out your shots when you're doing any type of storyboarding or when you're out shooting. You're going to be able to know what camera movements happen in certain transitions, which will allow you to use them more effectively. And then you'll also know what scenes you need to use more of a basic transition for. So I have a couple of clips here. We're not going to go through all 809 transitions, but I want to show you some of the best ways to really implement using transitions in your work based off of camera movements and then also some more generic situations. So the first set of clips that I have are 2 clips from a trip I took to Hawaii quite a while back when I was actually using transitions a lot in my work. And we have this drone shot that's rotating on the black sand beach in Maui, and then next to it, I have this shot in the bamboo forest. And so what I want to do here is I want to use a rotation. So this is going to be under camera moves, and we can kind of see how this transition works when we hover over it, which is nice. So I believe this is operating in the same rotation as my clip is. So I'm going to put that over these 2 clips. And now when we go to play this clip through, we see we're rotating and boom. And that's actually a really good way to use that IMO because it's going off of the camera movement, but you will notice that there is a lag. So if we want to get smooth playback, we're going to need to go to playback, and under render cache, we're going to want to change it to smart. And what you're going to have happen here is you're going to have these little blue lines appear over the transition. We can then go through, and that is giving us smooth playback. If you're still having issues with playback, another tip that you can do is go to File, Project Settings, and then under Master Settings, scroll down to Optimize Media and Render Cache, and you can choose a lower quality version of DNxHR. You don't have to use XQ. You can use HQ, SQ, or even LB. So let's go ahead and come out right here. Now with this transition as well, we have the option to do a few more things. We can make it happen much quicker. So if you want to match it up to the actual speed of the rotation, you can go ahead and do that. It's rendered out now, so let's go ahead and play that back. That's an option. And then we also have targets that we can use in this scenario as well. So right now it's in the middle, but if I was to select the target a little bit over to the left, you're gonna see the spin is gonna happen to the left now. I'm gonna let it render out one more time. So you can see there, that's the point of it. And you can turn off this target control real quick too. So each one of the presets is going to come with a menu like this to help you refine a little bit more. Let's take a look at another example that we have right here, which is a drone clip that I shot in Mexico. And then I was on a boat that was also on the resort property in the lagoon. So we have the drone just kind of flying through and we can see the lagoon. So I want to do a zoom in effect to somewhere over here where we see this water, and we're going to act like we're zooming into the boat. So we can come down to the camera zooms, and it should just be power zoom in right there, target power zoom in. We're going to throw that on here, and then I'm going to come into this menu before I even do anything else, and we're going to change our target, and then we need to be highlighted over at the start of the transition. And I am going to move this to the left and then move it up. So I want that zoom in to be right over in here as if we're zooming into the lagoon. We're gonna go ahead and let that render out. So we're moving forward and boom, just like that. Gonna turn off the target. Now that it's re-rendered. Just like that. But what if we're in a situation where we don't have any camera movement to work with, right? That is where I'm gonna bring you to these two clips over here, shot in Red Code RAW from a workout video. Now we have this guy, he's exhausted after working out, but then the next clip he's hyped, right? There's no transition here that really would work. In this case, you maybe could do a shake with the subtle camera movement, but it's not aggressive enough. Even if we had these clips in a different direction, we probably could use one of the shadow transitions. But I think this is a good time to really highlight the glitch transitions, because those are ones that you can really use in a situation where you don't have any camera movement going on. So I'm just gonna throw that in there, and we're gonna let that render out. All right, now that it's all rendered out and I've zoomed in a little bit, let's go ahead and take a play. And I think that works well. Maybe even just a little bit faster between the two. We'll wait for it to render, boom. Perfect. And that's an example, like that's very versatile right there in so many different situations where you don't have a lot to work off of. So we can see here that this transition pack is very versatile. There's a lot of options to choose from, but just with those few, you can create some awesome results if you have the right camera movements. And even if you don't, you got a lot of options as well until you start shooting in a way to really utilize those transitions. Let's go ahead and conclude. This transition pack provides a ton of value for those of you guys who do not want to go into Fusion and create transitions manually on your own, but still want to have access to all of the popular transitions at this time. The links are in the description down below, as well as the coupon code. And remember, that is only valid for the first 2 weeks after this video has gone live. You guys know the deal, guys. If you like this video, be sure to give me a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications. If you have not, follow me on social media. The links are in the description down below. And now, more than ever, friends, if you're ever feeling uninspired, uncreative, or just want to give up on life, every day, airplanes take off against the wind. Keep climbing, stay inspired, and stay fabulous. I'll see you guys in the next one.